The inevitable has happened. Cooper Kupp gets cut by the Rams. The potential Dodgers starting second baseman is heading to Oklahoma. My condolences. And USC adds 2 more 4-star recruits to the class of 2026. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the Faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It's March 13, 2025. If you like being in the know about LA sports, and we got a lot to talk about today, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, a quick look at the scoreboard. Clippers 119, Miami 104. USC moves on to round 2 of the Big Ten tournament. They defeat Rutgers in double overtime, 97-89. Galaxy 4, Herediano 1 in CONCACAF Champions Cup in the second leg of round 16. Galaxy advances in the aggregate 4-2. Meanwhile, today, the Lakers are at Milwaukee at 4:30. Washington is at the LA Kings at 7:30. And USC will face Purdue in the second round of the Big Ten tournament. Tentative start time is around 7 o'clock. And what do you say we get to the news? The Rams released franchise legend Cooper Kupp, which we knew was coming because a trade partner couldn't be found before the beginning of the new NFL year. The new NFL year. Happy NFL New Year, everybody. Should old large contracts be forgot and never brought to mind, the salary cap can never be forgot for auld lang syne. Bye-bye, Cooper. Sorry, no, we're not giving you a kiss on the way out the door. Now, I'm not suggesting any of us should be happy about this. Popping bottles, kissing hot randos, avoiding the slap from said hot rando. A distinct argument could be made that Kupp was the best wide receiver in franchise history, and that includes when the team made a mistake and moved to St. Loser misery before coming back. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, big-time playmakers, no doubt about that. None of them won the receiving triple crown for most receptions, receiving yards, touchdown catches in the NFL in 1 year. That was Cooper Kupp. Moreover, that season was just a precursor to catching a last-minute game-winning touchdown and being named Super Bowl MVP. So yeah, he could be the greatest receiver that the Rams have ever had. This move, though, had to be made. The reasons were obvious. Yes, the output when he was on the field was just fantastic. He just wasn't on the field enough. Kept getting injured. You can't justify a salary in exceeding $20 million a year when you're not on the field to earn your keep. And moreover, his role with the Rams became redundant. Puka Nacua has more than demonstrated that he can fill Kupp's role in the offense because Nacua runs the crossing routes, makes the tough catches over the middle, runs the jet sweep. All things that Cooper Kupp did admirably for the Rams for many years. Meanwhile, the Rams offense lacked big playability. Why? Because again, you got Cooper Kupp, Nacua, all of them running the short intermediate routes. You needed a deep threat. Now that was solved by adding Davante Adams. There will be a market for Kupp. There will. He will land on his feet. Hopefully when he does land on his feet, his ankle doesn't break. That's another story. But he will land on his feet. So yeah, Cooper Kupp cut by the Rams. Also with the Rams, Jimmy Garoppolo may have wanted to be a starting quarterback again. He said he did poke around with other teams as a free agent, but he told the LA Times, quote, "I kind of knew where I wanted to be. The Rams came with a strong offer. I love the people here, love the teammates. Really, I'm at the point of my career. Those are the little things that make a difference to me." He also added, quote, "It's really more about the situation than the opportunity. I've been in a bad organization, and I've seen how it can wear on you throughout the year. I didn't want to go through that again, unquote. Translation, I don't give a damn if there is an opening starting quarterback gig over in New England. Get me as far away from that idiot Josh McDaniels as possible. Straight and simple. Also, finally with the Rams, Coleman Shelton coming back is a done deal. Once the starting center, probably going to be a backup now. Ha-Seong Kim was projected to start the season at second base for the Dodgers. He will, for the Oklahoma City Dodgers, to which we can all feel really bad. And then give him a nice little greeting card that says, hey, sorry you're going to Oklahoma. Enjoy the tornadoes and the racism. Everybody in the Midwest loves how they cook their barbecue. Trust me, you have never had barbecue until you've spread it over with a nice thick coat of racism. Now, the reason that we were all looking to Kim to start at second is because just a day or two after the Dodgers signed him for $12 million from the Korean baseball organization, they turn around and trade Gavin Lux to Cincinnati. So it had a vibe like it was a sink or swim move to add Kim. It wasn't really. I mean, the Dodgers knew they already had an ace in the hole in Tommy Edman. They wanted to have him play out in center field, but yeah, now he's going to shift up to second. The red flags that rose up in the spring was Kim had problems catching up to a major league fastball. The dude only hit 222 in spring training. How very Cesar is tourist of him. Scouts knew he could play defense at a major league level. But again, back in the day, LA had the same type of middle infielder in his tourists. Now, having said that, moving Edman to second base is robbing Peter to pay Paul, who starts in center. Is it Andy Pages or James Outman? And by the way, Outman, he can't exactly hit either, even after rebuilding his swing. There's a scribe with questionable accuracy, Bob Nightingale of USA Today. He reported that Dustin May won the 5th starter gig in the rotation by default. Tony Gonsolin will reportedly start the season on the injured list. Both men were in a race to recover from Tommy John surgery first. There was a time that it seemed that Gonsolin had the inside track because he was pitching in the minors toward the end of last season. So May is going to join this fearsome foursome of Blake Snell, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, and Roki Sasaki. The Dodgers made cuts. Among players sent to the minors were uber prospect Dalton Rushing and right-hander Bobby Miller. USC football continues to add 4-star recruits to bolster their recruiting class of 2026. Wide receiver Trent Mosley is from Santa Margarita in California. The dude was a Trinity League Player of the Year, and he put up numbers not just as a receiver, but as a punt returner and as a rusher, although not necessarily lining up as running back. He lines up as a slot receiver in high school. Now look, I think it would be a stretch to say this dude is going to outdo Zachariah Branch. That was that dude's profile before when he came to USC and then later flamed out, transferred to Oklahoma. I mean, let's just be real. For all the hype that surrounded Branch, he simply didn't produce the results. He moved on, and yeah, USC is still adding talent at skill positions. But the Trojans also grabbed another big offensive lineman, this one from Utah. Asun Tafa is a 315-pounder. This makes the second recruit, the second offensive lineman who breaks the scales at more than 300 that USC has added in less than a week. On3.com ranks him as the 15th best interior offensive lineman in the nation. And it's possible that Tafa and John Fafita would be the guards of the future for the Trojans. LeBron James has returned to Los Angeles so they can help his progress on his groin injury. I give you absolutely no details. We have a very firm don't discuss men's groins in detail policy here at Faithful Angelenos. For tonight's game, Rui Hachimura and Jackson Hayes have also been ruled out. Dorian Finney-Smith is available. Here's a pleasant little surprise. Behold, the Chargers have added someone capable of catching a thrown football. They know this intimately because he already played for them. Mike Williams returns on a one-year deal after spending 7 years with the Bolts. He was always the second option behind Keenan Allen. But here's the thing. When Williams undergoes his physical, the doctors need to make sure that he still has his hands. The dude had a couple of 1,000-yard season with the Bolts, right? He leaves, catches only 21 passes last year. 21. What? I mean, how very Quentin Johnston of you. What gives? The Chargers also spent Wednesday locking up some of their free agents, linebacker Denzel Perryman, and what we'll imagine is a fully functional knee. He's coming back. He gets 1 year for $3.6 million. He was very helpful in run defense before his knee went to poo. They also added cornerback Benjamin St. Just. They re-signed linebacker Troy Dye and receiver Jalen Rieger. I've been debating talking about this. I mentioned the Lakers a moment ago. I get sick of talking about Dwight Howard. He's just too much drama, right? He had one halfway decent year as a Lakers reserve where he basically, instead of being a drama queen off the court, was a drama queen on the court, irritating the opponents. But let's not put him up there with the great Lakers centers. Dwight Howard has a podcast. I want to be clear. I think you have the right to speak your mind. But I really think it's a bad idea for athletes to have podcasts because all they do is they go on these podcasts and they bury their teammates. I mean, I really think it would behoove a lot of franchises to say, we will give you X number of dollars, but it will be much less if you have a podcast. We don't need the drama. Howard said that the Lakers let him go after 2020 because he called out LeBron James for lack of defensive effort and even called James a bitch, right? You should get cut for calling out LeBron James like that. If you're Dwight Howard, you have no standing to call out LeBron James when it comes to not giving it your best, okay? He's LeBron James, you're not. Let's not forget the fact that you left the Lakers in 2014 and disrespected that franchise every single step of the way. Dwight Howard is the very definition of expendable. Now he's 39. He's looking back on a career of completely wasted potential, and you're calling out LeBron James for not giving it his all? Hey, I get it. Political activists can be super annoying on both the right and the left. LeBron James has his haters. Don't tell me he doesn't give it his all when he's on the court. Dwight Howard was thought to have a shot at being one of the greatest centers ever to play. He's not the one who scored 50,000 points. He was too busy trying out for WWE and dyeing his hair, thinking he was going to be a 7-foot Dennis Rodman. Only without the talent. You call out a guy who scored 50,000 points. Enjoy your retirement, D12. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about your greatest memories of Cooper Kupp with the Rams. And for that matter, Are you okay with the adjustments that the Dodgers have to make in terms of second base and the outfield? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We talk LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Cortell Queso production. Take care.